Wow, welcome back to Be Ashara Tuesday. Earlier on, I told you that you're going to be having awesome people right here with us. And right now, I'm joined by Kevin Rakama, who is the CEO of Corido, or Corido. It depends with where you went to school. Where I went to school, it's Corido. But where he went to school, it's Corido still. Kevin, you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
You look really the same with the person on the poster.
You're growing.
Yeah, we're growing, man. It's a good thing, man. Now, Corido,
Yes.
Corido Marketplace. Tell us
Corido
what's that?
This is a platform, and it's an online auction marketplace platform. And then what this market platform does, it assists, or it's there to solve the corporate problems whereby they would need to sell their second-hand items or even dormant items. So we came in and said we can be able to sort you out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's superb. What normally happens when, because you realize this niche and you said, I'm going to fill this niche. But initially what used to happen with these corporates and their old items, unutilized items, or, you know, when they're doing replacements, for example, of items, what used to happen?
What normally happens, you find that most of them have a warehouse where they just store these items. Some of them, they will actually go to auctioneers, and they will give them the mandate to be able to dispose these items. Some of them, you're seeing that they are giving out. They're just giving out for free to people who maybe work there. But us as Corido, we thought that these people really need a better way to be able to dispose these items, either faster and even get something out of it, something like income.
Wow.
You know, when you can be able to turn the junk into a valuable product, that's sort of a saving towards the company. So, yes.
That's superb, man.
Thank you.
And you know, you were utilizing an online platform.
Yes.
This is an online platform.
It
And
is.
we've seen quite a number of online platforms coming on board, and, you know, they say it's a platform you can come and sell and buy.
True.
So what sets Corido apart from these other platforms?
Very interesting. What we looked at, me and a very good team of mine, good engineers, we were able to see that we can have a place where people can come and bid. You know, that's a very interesting market, whereby you have a very unique item, and the only thing you can be able to find a better price, you as a seller, is to put it out for bidding. And therefore people will come in and try to compete in terms of prices. And then another thing that we came to differentiate ourselves with other players is that we integrated secure payment solutions. Okay. Now, we have other market players who are actually in the space, but they are not helping us.
Secure.
Yes.
What do you mean by secure payment options?
I don't mean to use other brands as example, but you'll find that most of these people, they don't even care what you do after you've connected with the person who's selling the item. So we have said that we'll come in and be able to connect you with the buyer. We will connect the buyer and the seller, and in between here we can be able to play some security filtering processes, whereby it will be able to filter out people who are serious with people who are ready to buy the product.
What are those filtering processes?
First of all is a verification. For these vendors who come to the platform, they are all verified. You're not going to buy any item from any vendor within our marketplace who is not verified. So we actually verify. There's a process of verification. There are documents which we get hold of, and we verify that this is a valid business that you can be able to transact with. And then the user, when he comes to the platform, he will just know that other processes have already been taken care of. All he or she will need to do is basically to transact, and that is buying.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. And you spoken about the ability for putting a product out for a bid.
Yes.
And that gives a chance for the highest bidder, and
True.
it lets the market control
Yes.
the cost of. But are there not any dangers of having this kind of bidding system where there's some sort of exploitation? Have you experienced that?
Oh, those are some of the challenges, but they are minor challenges. Yeah. You see, when you put your brand out there and you put a value on a certain product and you're saying this is out there for bidding, I think you've actually bring out a certain level of integrity. And therefore, us as Corido, when we also invite other players to come on board and they're involved in the bidding process, they have to create an account.
Yes.
And through by that process of creating an account, there's our internal way of verifying how serious these people are. And then another thing that we've also integrated is that these people can also be able to pay in advance a certain small fee towards that product. So this one will also filter out people who are serious and people who are just doing some window shopping through the platform.
But they'll be refunded if they will not.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, that's superb. That's
Yeah,
superb.
yeah.
Now you are playing on an online platform, and it's quite. That's where the world is going.
True.
We've seen quite a number of retailers also moving platform. Just recently, Adidas, I think they're closing down majority of their stores.
That is
so. As a player in this particular field, what do you think those guys who are still under brick and mortar kind of selling, they have stores all over the place, they're not online. How can they strike a balance between brick and mortar retail and online retail?
First of all, it also depends with the region. If we are talking about those challenges, let's look at Africa in general, or let's look at even the Kenyan market. Us as platform providers or companies which are trying to venture into the e-commerce within this region, what we will do mostly is to educate the public to come and trust to transact online. So this is one of the main areas which we are focusing to be able to convert these customers to start transacting online. Other people who are trying, it's not bad to try. You can still have both platforms. You can have online and the other offline. Like for instance, within our platform, we are also able to encourage both. So there are people who just come, they find products, they can buy directly even without going through the bidding. But also we having companies which they can be able to post the days they would like to do the auctioning of their items. Do I say live over just the junkyard? Yeah, they can be able to do that. So within the platform, we've provided all those states for our clients.
Oh, that's super.
Yes.
And what is the end goal? Where do you see this going? Like, what is your vision?
That's a very good, exciting question. This is how I'm envisioning it. People are trying to save space. Even we are looking at most of the market players who are even selling fashion. They just have a store at the backyard, and they're able to have a platform which they can reach a wider market. So the vision for this is that in future we'll be able to see more people transacting online, and therefore we'll have less of physical structures where people will have to spend most of their time trying to reach out to those shops just to buy something small. So when we bring all these people to a digital edge of just going online and do everything,
it is a good thing because actually it gives you a platform to compare products.
That is true.
It's a good thing. Though you've seen those memes where that like this is what you ordered, then this is what you receive. You've seen those ones?
I've seen it.
Yes, so
Yes,
that
yes,
is
yes.
that is a fear amongst many people. Actually, people who buy online, majority of them I've spoken to friends who buy online at the
True.
same time they go and collect.
True.
Because they say that amidst this transportation, yes, people change products sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Now, as a company, we have a very good refund policy. Yeah, which, you know, clients, we came here to solve their problems, and if a client is not satisfied, how are we sorting him out? Yeah, so we have a very good refund policy, but at the same time, before the customer who bought the item, after he had transacted online, he can go and verify the item and say, this is what I was looking for. I think it's worth the value of my money, and therefore he will actually send a signal to us, and therefore we will be able to release the funds to the vendors. So this is one of the security elements we've integrated with the system.
And somebody might be asking also, you know, how does it seems like you guys are the modern day Mother Teresa's because you're you know, just giving a platform.
Yes.
But how do you make your money? Do you charge a percentage of you know, the transaction fee or what?
Now let's look at the vendors. They didn't have a solution in the first place.
All right.
And then they're even spending more in storage facilities. They're spending more in marketing and trying to get all these things out. Now here's a platform whereby they are saying just by listing an item to a platform, you just pay a small fee, a very small margin. And by doing that, the rest is taken care of.
Wow.
So that's how we're actually making money from it. Yeah.
Businessmen, they speak so swift and so swiftly, like just a small fee. Then you see the fee and you're like, you shouldn't have said a small fee, you would have said a small fee. You know, it's crazy, but that's amazing.
Yes.
And also, even as we close up, there's the fear that when you're dealing especially with corporates,
Yes.
you know, when they're getting rid of things, it means there's a high probability these things, they're being first out of the market. So finding the viable buyers for these specific products,
Yes.
especially, for example, let's pick an example, you know, the old-time computers.
That is true.
Right? The bug. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're given that to sell to people.
Yes.
And the way the world has moved forward. How do you deal with that?
You know, all is gold, the first place.
All right.
And then let's not try to believe that everyone is there to buy anything that is new, and every business that is out there is made out of things which are brand new from the market. You know, there are people out there who are just ready to start.
Yes.
And capital is a problem. So these are the people who will say, let's look at other options that you can find. Let's look at how else can we find the tools to use for our businesses. So you'll find that they will consider coming for the second-hand item, like a computer, just to be able to open a cyber cafe, just to be able to donate to a school, you know. So these are the things we actually seeing people embracing, instead of just imagining that all these people will go for the new items.
Yeah, true. It's now Corido.
Yes.
If one wants to use Corido, where do they go? How do they utilize the platform? Is the interface user-friendly or not? Is it complicated?
Currently, we only have the web portal. Yeah, that's the one that we have put it out for both our vendors and the customers. So they can just go to the corido.co.ke. For customers, they can go directly to start shopping, adding the items on the cart, and even bidding. Then at the end of the day, they'll be able to create an account and they check out. As for the vendors, there are links which we've given them out through the platform. They just go, they create a profile. Once they create a profile, it will go through an approval process. So we will internally look at the details we've been given out, and approve the account.
Okay.
Once the account has been approved, then they'll be able to start posting.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's superb, man.
That's
Kevin,
it. Yes.
thank you for making time to be with us.
Yes.
I'm really sorry that our interview was not at the Corido.
Yeah.
It was at the studio.
It's fine.
Yeah,
We're good with
it's
that.
okay. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
Yep.
www.corido.co.ke.
.ke.
Utilize the platform, man. So, if you're corporate, you're having computers you're getting rid of, or chairs. I know there are quite a number of things you
Even
need
land,
to replace.
even houses.
Even land, even houses, even cars. Everything that you want to get rid of, Corido is there for you. Go on www.corido.co.ke and utilize the platform. It makes business pretty easy. Man. Easy like taking a cup of coffee.
Yes.
And with that, we're taking a short break. We shall be back with more. Shall be speaking matters fashion economics. So we call that fashionomics. Oh man, look at my life. We shall be back with more. Thank you, Kevin.